Turn up the AC hot takes. You know what it is. It's your boy Fedos Jr. Vargas Dynasty going up. Don't act like you don't know. We're the only three brothers that really running shit in the boxing game.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it. Welcome to another installment of Turn Up the AC Hot Takes with Reason on a solo edition. Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, 12 rounds, majority decision. Hell of a fight. More than what I expected going into it. I almost didn't buy the card actually, because I really wasn't interested in the fight at first, because I really thought like Tank was gonna really just knock him out at some point, you know. But shoot, shame on me, really. But I'm glad I purchased the card, and truthfully, the fight that I really thought was gonna be the best fight of the night was Ryo and Russell. That one turned out to be a wash. Russell destroyed. He put on an amazing performance. He nearly stopped Ryo, but Ryo held on. He didn't go into survival mode or nothing, but he tried, but Russell was just on something else tonight. But back to Tank and Lamont Roach. Hell of a fight, man. Truthfully, I think Tank lost, man. I'm gonna be real. We're gonna say it off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Tank lost. The knee that he took in late in the fight, that should have been ruled a knockdown. You can't just take a knee in the middle of the round and then run to your corner, no matter what's going on. Like that should have been. I know the ref was probably like that referee too. He's one of my favorite refs. Like he always does a really good job in the ring. He lets the fighters fight, but he was probably confused, and because something like that's never really happened. So unfortunately, a point right there could have been, that was huge, because it was ruled a majority draw. So you throw that point deduction in there, Lamont Roach wins the fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough, but it was a hell of a fight, man. Middle of the fight, I actually I thought Tank might have been able to get him out of there, because Tank likes to talk, man. He talks to his opponent. He gets in their head. And even when he got to his corner in, like, I think round 5, round 4, in between the round, his trainer was like, "Oh, you got him." You know what I'm saying? He's upset, but he said something to that effect, pertaining to when Tank was talking to Lamont Roach. He was like getting hit, and he was trying to act like it wasn't nothing, but then he was like standing right in front of Tank, letting Tank take off on him. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't. I don't know what Roach was trying to do at that point, but he was like trying to stand his ground, but to a point where it was hurting him. You know what I'm saying? Because Tank was able to get off in the middle of the fight. So at that point, I thought maybe he might have been able to get him out of there, but shit, Roach held on, man. He not only did he hold on, he fought back. He hurt Tank 2-3 times in that fight. Like, whether you want to admit it or not, he hurt him. He hit him. Tank never really gets hit and backs up. You know what I'm saying? Typically, when he gets hit with something flush, he's coming back at you. And there was a couple of times when Lamont Roach hit him, and Tank had to regroup, and he had him moving back. So Lamont Roach really held his ground, fought back when I thought Tank had a chance to maybe stop him. But Daniel Lamont Roach put it on. I hope they have a rematch. Now, what really I thought was a difference in the fight, obviously, other than the kneel down that wasn't called a knockdown. The first half of the fight, I actually thought Tank was winning. It was maybe 4-2 after 6 rounds. Could have been 3-3. Because there was a few close rounds early on in the fight that could have went either way. I know the scorecard, the unofficial scorecard, on the fight was kind of wide. The scorecard was kind of wide. He only gave Roach 1 round through the first half of the fight, so it could give you the illusion that the fight was a wider margin than what it really is. From the jump, because truthfully, I had it 4-2, like I said, maybe 3-3, because there was a couple of rounds I gave Roach the second round, maybe the third round, because I think I had it 2-2 after 4. I thought Roach really did a good job, but what hurt him early, I don't think he didn't throw enough punches. Maybe that was his, part of a strategy to try to make Tank, you know what I'm saying, act first and see what he's gonna do. Try to, play a little mind game or whatever. But bottom line, he didn't throw enough punches early in the fight. Tank didn't either, but he never really does. We know Tank turns it on typically around round 6, round 7, and then he starts to pick it up and eventually stop his opponent. But tonight, I thought Tank fought the fight that he was supposed to fight early on throughout the first half. I thought it was at his pace. Even though Lamont Roach was doing some good work, he was landing some good shots, but Tank was, I thought he was winning. He was either winning or it was even throughout the first half of the fight. But Lamont Roach held on, man. He fought through, nearly getting stopped throughout the middle of the fight, I thought. And then later on in the fight, we're going to talk about now, eventually the kneel down. That was big. That point was huge. Potential point right there was huge. Now, I've seen on the internet already, on social media, people are already trying to say, oh, but Roach kneeled down too. I'm like, come on, man. Like, let's be real. Tank was leaning on him and he was like kind of forcing him down, so he went down. Like, come on, man. That's not a kneel down. That happens all the time in boxing. When Fury fought Wilder, he was putting his weight all over Wilder's back and forcing him to the ground. So when Wilder takes a knee, is that a knockdown? Like, come on, let's be real. That happens all the time in boxing. That wasn't the same thing what Tank did. He took a knee and then he ran to his corner. Regardless of what it was for, you can't do that. So that should have been a point deduction. I know the referee didn't really, he was like confused, like I said. So, but we move on. The scorecards were a majority draw, so hopefully they have an immediate rematch, because that fight definitely warrants a rematch. Lamont Roach did his thing. They fought 2 times in the amateurs, I guess, and Tank won them both. But you fight somebody when they're young, you see habits, that they have when they're young, and you have even though time has passed and it's been a long time since they fought when they were teenagers, like, you can still take a little bit from the experience, based off what you see them do in training and sparring and stuff, so, but Lamont Roach did his thing, man. I hope to have a rematch. And I just want to drop my early thoughts on the fight after it just happened, so it's still fresh in my memory. We'll talk about it more, we'll talk about the rematch if it gets announced. So until then, this has been Reason. Turn up the AC hot takes. What do you think, man? Do you think Tank won, or do you think Lamont Roach should have won that fight, or are you happy with a draw? But and do you want to see the rematch? Because I sure do. Once again, Reason. Turn up the AC hot takes, and we're out.